One, two, three.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine. Thank you.
Welcome to the international panel discussion with me here, Mr. Kurtis Naga from the Jakarta Convention Center. Today we will hear about bullying in the school, come to the words, effect and action. Many abuse happen because of the insecurity and unbalanced situation among school, family, and surroundings. The action occurs every year in the welcoming school event, every day in the school life, or even outside the classroom. In the depth of panel discussion, we have a special guest or the panelists today. Who are they? The first, Mr. Ilham Nugraha, the headmaster of International of Indonesia Oracle School, started from 2005 until now. He successfully governs the place of educational students in the school. And the second, Miss Alia Rabani, the figure of parents of the watcher toward the bullying students in the school. She is always sensitive to the matter of bullying through sharing and experiencing with the discussion among parents whose their children were bullied. And the next, Miss Nuni Nuraini, the ex-teacher from bullying activity in the high school. She was fatally injured due to their bad treatment among her friends, senior, and many more. And the last, Mr. David Avero, the psychologist of the Indonesian Youth Federation and Jeremy's treatment among children in the school. He is literally handling a lot of cases related to such things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, give the best applause to them. Good morning, guys. Okay. Now, there are several photos with me here. There are the collection of school bullying in the school. The victims are very suffered and intimidated. This condition is very worse. And how about this issue?
Well, actually, for example, in the school and in teens' life, for example, in this kind of the photo, I think it is really common to happen in the school every year or every day, especially because we don't have to worry about this because we are talking about the teens' life. Means that everybody will do like this and they will hit each other maybe, but they are in the teenage life, which means that they are in unstable conditions. So I think it is common and we don't have to worry about this. So this problem should not be published by the other things, but we call it as a naturally happen for teenagers, I think.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ilham, but I think this is the serious small problem that will occur This is a serious small problem that will occur in a massive way if it goes rapidly without any monitors. We cannot sit here and just say that everything is fine, undoubtedly.
Well, actually, this is not really what we call as a natural, but we want to focus here that you put your attention too much in this problem. So you said that this is a big problem, but actually, this is not really a big problem as long as it is common for the teenage life.
Me as a parent, it is impossible not to worry about children, but I really appreciate Mr. Ilham, but I think it is not. Not to mention that your kindness will prevent it is inapplicable, that the plan is the effect of its friend, right? How about the seniority in every school nowadays? How about the games or class groups among them? One gets value to another. Is that way good for you? And how about the case of mistreated in every welcoming students in every school? Most, for example, or even Australia. Many students are treated badly, even continuously until they leave. Is that good for you, Mr. Ilham?
Well, actually, when we talk about this, it's not really good actually. But we want to focus here is that when welcoming students come to the new school, for example, that a lot of students will bullied, for example, for the seniors or something, some people in their school, we cannot say that because we call about the adoption, how the children can adopt the things in the new environment of the school itself. So I want to focus here is that it is not to mention that the problem is only provided by the school, but the problem is only occurred because they are a different individual with a different behavior come to the new school, and then they will mingle with the other, and then they will reflect the things and copy things from someone else. Let's say their school class or even their friends, and then they will do something again and again. So we as a parents will, for example, like you will see that, oh, this is the problem, but actually this is not really tremendously happen with that kind of the dangers.
Schools are designed to be safe place for children to learn and grow. If school authorities is purposefully ignoring bullying, there is a problem. Every child has the right to feel safe at home, at school, and in community. But the effects of victimization on children and youth can be quite traumatic and long-lasting. I think I think school bullying cases happen everywhere. Although it doesn't happen to my child, but some of my friends have experienced these cases. One of them said that her child had been bullied for years, and when the parents reported this incident to the member of school institution, they just say, "It's okay, we'll deal with the others." What happened after that? It happens again and again, and even continuously. But even there are no reason at all, no change at all. How come?
Okay, well, I want to make clear this problem that only occurs in almost school in Indonesia. Well, actually, these things is biased and arguable. What we call that the bias and arguable is that the first, when the parents put their children in the school, they trust 100% the school as the institution, as a second place for their home, for example, then the children should be treated well. But the problem is not like that. When we mingle with the other students, the other students have the potentially the bad behavior who is in the one classmates, and then they will do each other, and they will call as the weak people and also as a strong people who can intimidate. But the problem here is that when the school institution give you a kind of the scoring system, for example, bullied 5 scores, smoking, for example, 10 scores or something like that until 100%. So I think it is really good way to solve that problem. But when you say that how this problem can tremendously happen and how the school institution say that this is what we call as the ignoring because of the school institution, I'm so sorry because I disagree with that. What we call this problem become a traumatic is that when the children itself cannot tell their own feeling to their people who is near to them. So that's the problem with this case.
Actually, I agree with Ms. Olia's statement that this problem is very serious. I got the information from the information school that there are so many locations may occur and the bullying. For example, bullying may occur in the cafeteria or in the school bus. How would this work?
Well, again, I want to talk about the grouping people in school institution, for example. When you come to the new school and then you make a group of people, grouping or even the kinds of the gangsters or something like that, and you will mingle with those kind of the people, then when you go to school by bus, for example, then you will be with that group. So I think in canteen or in something like that, you say yourself that, oh, this is our group, so we call here as a thing. So I disagree if all of you, especially Miss Aulia and also you, said that, oh, this is the problem because of the school. I disagree with that. So I want to focus here is that this is the problem of us.
Okay, how about this video? I got this video several days ago from the international school. So we cannot say that this is good or even sad. Where's the prevention from the school? It happened. We often see many cases out there. is not only by the student physical, but also by the words. How will this bullying?
See, like I said before, it happens. It is fatal and really dangerous. And the video is a proof that the school cannot prevent those actions only. My way to speak is great here because this is a serious problem and school denies it. How come?
Well, this is actually happening in school. I have to admit this. And we have to notice that this is kind of the problem that occurred in the school institution because of that. The things fatally can be seen by the physical attack, but this thing is kind of the word attack, by which those weak people have been intimidated by the seniority or something like that. So, but I just want to say that this is what we call as students cannot do or cannot play the good role in a school institution as the students. So when they feel that I'm small and I cannot do something like that, so it is not really appropriate for a student to do like that. They have to be same like that. So when you say that the school cannot provide these things, I'm so sorry, I disagree with that. But the problem is in the students itself.
I'm sorry, Mr. Irman, but I was a victim at the time. So it's wrong if you say that the student itself cannot be friends. But the problem is, I think the regulation of the school. They can make the threat as how we know. So, for example, me, when I was back, I didn't get my name tag. They give me a punishment in I should stand in the middle of field until 3 hours. So they can. It's not because the student falls, because every student can have a chance to bully someone more weak from him.
Well, you said that you are bullied because of that things. We know that when welcoming students come and then you have to appropriately do many things that the senior ordered to you, then it's okay. But the problem is that you make it worse. You cannot say that, oh, I should do like this. So you try to deny it. I don't want to do like that. I don't want to do like that. But here, I want to strengthen out that we have a regulation, but the problem is the students who do not obey that regulations. That's the problem.
But the student don't obey the regulation like me. It's not counted. Okay, so that's not the problems of student, but the school management.
Okay. I want to make a discussion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot blame students in this case. The bullying happened because of the immature stage of the human age, especially occur in the teenage time. The emotion is not stable and the eager behavior is dependable with other friends. When the regulation doesn't touch the potential students, it will be bad for the rest of students who probably in the target of their bullying. So if it has happened, it will happen again and again because a stage of generation had by seniority. The framework will be various depending on the possibility of doing it. And if the school doesn't aware of this problem, the training one will burden those who need help of protections. The bullying can affect everyone. Those who are bullied, those who bully, and those who witness bullying. Bullying is linked to many negative outcomes, including impacts on mental health, substance use, and society. The students who are bullied and the students who witness bullying have a potential to get mental health problems, including depressions and anxiety. While students who bully others also get the negative effects such as abuse of alcohol and drugs, get into a fight, and then drop out of school and inject in early sexual activity.
Well, Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is clear. Both students and the school, in this case, or in their own school. Now we come to the final session with these discussions and the last questions. What's the preventing actions of the schools bullying in school? Start with you, Ms. Nunimurai.
I was the victim at the time, so I didn't know what to do when I get a bullying from my senior. Then I just thought I was right. I never break the rules. But my school doesn't give any things that any my school then give them the time in education. So I hope school give some activity from all the grades for improve every grade in the school. Schools should be sensitive enough to talk carefully to the student. Activities and rules we could alter the old procedure on senior.
Well, when parents doesn't school as a second house for our kid, it should be clearly proven that school can do the best things to minimize those actions. In the conclusion to that problem, parents should be sensitive to ask their children about their activities in days to the school. No matter how, the family approach can decrease those unwanted behavior. And the important thing for school is how to run regulation and not just certificate and promises without any serious prevention. And last, schools have to provide a curriculum that supports the student to develop an understanding of bullying and its impact on individuals and community.
Okay, I do agree with both of you, but one thing to remember, that children are in the flowing era of imitating behavior from other friends. By looking at reality, we have to give guidance for them to act well in individual and societal role. School and parents should take steps to prevent and stop bullying in school as early as kindergarten and early elementary school by teaching children about what bullying is and how the fact about how and why it is harmful. The teachers and parents can set important foundation to stop bullying behavior before it starts.
Okay, well, actually, this is the homework for everyone here. Don't blame too much to the school, but we have to do the winning solution to the parents, to the students itself who are in instability of the emotion, and also the community members, the environment, to work together to solve this problem. So this is really good for the school to do the monitor action early, and then we do hope that parents and others could do this and agree with this kind of this action. And we will do the further action by identifying the potential people, especially the students who are bad and also who are, let's say, bad behavior, and then we catch them in a good treatment of every school, in every curriculum that you have been stated before. So that's all clear.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, bullying happens because there are gap between students, senior and surrounding, or even bad behavior with them. As we know, bullying is often overshadowed by dramatic action of violence. Bullying can threaten student physical or emotional at school and can negatively impact their ability to learn. Bullying, also known as the inevitable part of the school culture, but the consequences of bullying are very serious. The best way to avoid bullying is to stop it before it starts. Many ways can be done by giving our best attention and awareness to children. Their coach may look neat. Their faces may seem calm. Their behavior do not seem clumsy, but their heart and their hidden thing remain painfully retraining to the post intimidation and mistreatment on them. Thus, we always look and put the best attention to our children. And the important thing is we always listening, always understanding. Okay, we'd like to thank you very much to our final discussion today, and thank you very much for watching. See you around and goodbye.